Welcome. This is the intro. This is editing chapter 2, continued of our book, Dumb Grunt, by S.A. Avalar, me, not made by AI. It's a fiction novel. The book is about a combat veteran, describes a bad experience from the war in Afghanistan for veteran benefits. That's the blurb. I change it every time, every video, because it kind of changes every time. But it's basically the idea of the entire book. Editing, it's kind of tedious and frustrating. Editing kind of sucks. But it's good for you. I like to read it out loud. It gives me an idea of what it really sounds like. It's one thing when you hear it inside your like super messed up brain and stuff. But when you say it out loud, you say your words out loud, it gives it a clearer picture. So I like hearing it out loud. Probably my ego, but yeah, I like hearing it out loud. It makes fixing mistakes a little easier when you listen to it out loud. A lot of the book you want it to sound like good, steady conversation. So that's kind of the goal. What's the motivation? It's raining, and we got a little time to kill before work. I worked last night, so excuse the baggy bags. Yeah. Yeah, I worked last night and I have worked in a little bit. That's the motivation, is I got a little time to kill. And it's raining, so I feel good. I love the rain. The last video was the first part of chapter 2. We got introduced to Frank Torero in Afghanistan. You'll notice that in chapter 2, he's just Torero or Doc Torero. He's Frank in the civilian world. The first chapter was the first chapter was about him in his current world in 2015 when he has an appointment with the psychiatrist for the VA to do his explanation of a bad day in Afghanistan. The second part actually goes to Afghanistan. He's not telling the story anymore. We're still going with the same style and narration, but now we're in Afghanistan and we're just experiencing everything, not just like a specific story, but it's going to give you like a setting of what's kind of really going on there in Afghanistan as a infantry corpsman with the Marine Corps. Again, fiction, based on true events, because Afghanistan really happened. This video is a continuation of chapter 2. When we first left off from the last chapter, a couple of girls had gotten blown up and they were at the watchtower waiting for Torero to treat them. So now he's in there and he's going to begin treating them. Let me find my spot. I marked my spot. I thought I marked my spot. Damn. Somewhere around here was the spot, right? Okay, here we go. We'll just start here. Here you go. Torero hands him a bottle of water and embraces the old Afghan. See, you son of a bitch? America fucking loves the fuck out of you. Oh, by the way, these quotation marks that are wrong, we'll work on them later. I got a lot of these random ass fucking wrong quotation marks, which, as you can see, when I delete it and I put it back, it has the nice ones. So I'll unfuck that later. I'm not gonna let that distract us. Torero hugs the old man tighter, cracking his spine, and slightly constricts his breathing. So fucking much, Torero whispers into the old comma. So fucking much, Torero whispers into the old man's ear. Just accept our love, motherfucker. He backs up suddenly, engulfed by the old man's odor, and puts his pistol on safe, then back in his waistband. The old man says something to Ahmad. Okay, doctor. Old man is ready to speak, yes? Ahmad says with a small, prideful grin. He will calmly speak and make an apology, yes? Ahmad smiles, and one of the girls groans in pain in the background. Okay, I like where this is going. We're making progress. This is nice. Torero nods happily at the two and takes a deep breath. The dying girls need to be mentioned, I think. Oh, sorry, I just ate some birria. This shit was bomb, but gives you the burps. Torero nods happily at the two and takes a deep breath and notices something heinous about the girls, something casually heinous, something bloody. something heinous and bloody about the girls, but nothing too nasty. Something kind of teasing. And notice the ooze of the blood growing from under the girls. There we go. That's cute. Okay, I'ma tell this old sumbitch if he doesn't want me to touch his daughters or grandkids or wives or whoever the fuck. That's a good. I kind of deleted a lot of the fucks in a previous editing, but I feel like fucks just go with it. You know, like it's a fun word. Okay, I'm gonna tell this old some bitch if he doesn't want me to touch his daughters or grandkids or wives or whoever the fuck they are, they're gonna die, plain and simple. I am those unlucky girls' one and only hope, unless the fucking Taliban has a doctor. Unless the fucking Taliban has a lady doctor. That sounds more natural. Has a lady doctor available. Not available, just say lady doctor. Wives or whoever the fuck they are. Not good spot for the end. Or whoever the fuck they are. Because he's saying, right? That's right. Yeah, that's right. Or wives, whoever the fuck they are, they're gonna die. They're going to die. They're gonna die. They're gonna die. Because we are dumb. They're gonna die, plain and simple. I am those unlucky girls' one and only hope, unless the fucking Taliban has a lady doctor. Torero smiles at the thought of a Taliban lady doctor, as Ahmad loosely translates. The old man contemplates this over his prayer beads, and the old man contemplates this over his prayer beads, and one of the girls groans in pain, and the other shifts to her side and coughs up blood. Torero figures the girls are about 10 and 8 years old, just like his nieces, and notices the light pallor of their nervous hands, indicating heavy blood loss. Is this piece of shit really thinking about this? He'd rather they fucking die than get touched by a board-certified doctor, which I totally am. Torero, who was a corpsman and not a doctor, says matter-of-factly. Yeah, corpsmen are not doctors. We play doctor very well because kind of medicine is kind of bullshit when you think about it. You're either going to die or you're not most of the time. But doctors, they're not doctors, but they're the closest thing to a doctor. We make more jokes about it later on in the book. Doctor, please must understand, this is very big, double no good haram. The interpreter appeals to Torero. If Taliban find out she helped from man. Okay. If Taliban find out she helped from man, American she was helped. I mean, English is their second language, but they're not that fucking stupid, right? Where am I? Doctor, please must understand, this very big double no good haram. The interpreter appeals to Torero. If Taliban find out she was help from man American doctors, she will be subject to Sharia punishment, and this double motherfuck you no good, doctor. Ahmad says mournfully, and they will find out, doctor, and punish according to Quran, and double motherfuck the family, kill all them, all family. One of the girls groans in pains and begins to gasp for air. Jesus fucking Christ, Ahmad. None of this shit is even real, Torero says in a quiet disgust to the confused Ahmad, who turns to the old man to try to translate, and Torero stops him. Don't fucking tell him that, Ahmad. Torero massages his temples to adjust his aura. Okay, Ahmad, translate for me. Ahmad sneers in confusion while trying to put together some of the words Dr. Torero was saying. Torero grabs the old man's shoulders while facing him. Look, dude, I have no problem watching those girls die in relative peace here instead of me fix them up just so you can stone them to death tomorrow for some haram bullshit. The old man listens to Ahmad's translation, then turns away in deep thought. Is this guy fucking serious? Torero says desperately, and he hears the sound of a truck drive down the dirt road towards the tower, and a group of Marines loudly exit and begin to push through the crowd into the small room. First Lieutenant Bridges, 81mm platoon's commander. That's the name of their platoon. It skipped. I don't know why. I hate this computer. I need to figure out how to get this to record without stopping. First Lieutenant Bridges, 81mm platoon's commander, walks in with a purpose with Gunny Carey, the platoon sergeant. Two Marines stay at the entrance to help the other two stand guard. Doc, sit rep, Lieutenant Bridges says to Torero. He catches a glimpse of the two girls writhing in pain in their muddy, blood-soaked blanket. Okay, well, sir, as you can see, they're probably bleeding to death under those blankets. They need to get heloed to a shock trauma platoon like now. I don't fucking know, really, since the old man here, Torero gestures towards the old man who is quietly praying. The founding father of Afghanistan here doesn't want me to look under the blanket, sir, because of the whole... Torero points up at the sky. You know. What? Lieutenant Bridges asks Torero. Sir, the whole... Torero sighs and puts his head down, not wanting to say the words. The whole Quran thing, I guess. It's haram and stuff, sir. Quran thing? Lieutenant Bridges says, already annoyed by his corpsman. Torero slightly shakes his head. Sir, fucking Bin Laden's great-granddad is saying that if I touch the girls, it's like a sin or some shit. And I don't know if you've seen the news, but when a girl sins in Afghanistan, Torero shakes his head at a memory. It is double no good as fuck. Like that dead girl they brought a few weeks ago. Like stoning and acid and nose cutting, kind of double no good, sir. Lieutenant Bridges grabs Ahmad. Ahmad, tell the old man that our doctor will bandage up the girls and he could tell everyone that he's the one that did it. And our doctor never touched the girls. Bridges shrugs. He can say Doc directed him how to do it or some shit. Tell him whatever he wants to hear. These girls can't die here. That's fucking cool, Torero whispers to himself and begins to pull out some bandages from his medbag. Ahmad explains to the old man, and the old man turns towards the wall to continue his internal debate. Is this guy fucking seriously fucking thinking about it? Gunny Carey takes off his sunglasses, surprised. We're fucking offering him help, for fuck's sake. They use a lot of fucks. These are Marines, remember, so it's gonna seem kind of gratuitous word and stuff, like fuck all the time. But you know, people just say fuck a lot, and it is gratuitous. You just squeeze it in when it doesn't even fit. You know, you just scream at fuck all the time. Because fuck is a cool word to use. I mean, fuck is universal. I mean, just in my explanation right now, I'd love saying it like fuck. Is this guy fucking seriously fucking thinking about it? Gunny Carey takes off his glasses, surprised. We're fucking offering him help, for fuck's sake. Torero rolls his eyes and when he hears Gunny say we're. This is very big haram, Gunnery. Ahmad says seriously. Double no good. Girl can be very bad punished because a non-Muslim man touch girls. Especially American Marine Gunnery. He puts his hands up to his heart in prayer at the thought. Torero shakes his head in amazement and puts his hand up towards Ahmad. Excuse me, fucker, but I'm not a Marine. I sail the 7 seas for God's Navy. Thank you very fucking much for the demotion, Ahmad. He looks on in disappointment at his translator. I apologize, Doctor. Ahmad says genuinely sorry for insulting Torero. Doc, shut the fuck up right fucking now, Gunny Carey says to Torero. Terp, you serious? Yes, Gunnery, they will most likely kill girls if they live, Ahmad says sadly. Fuck, Ahmad. A disgusted Gunny Carey walks outside for some fresh air. The old man takes a deep breath and closes his eyes to the sky in quiet prayer. The Americans continue to wait impatiently, and the old man grabs Ahmad's shoulders and explains in a 4-minute speech his thoughts and arguments he had with himself, and how he finally came to the conclusion to let a doctor, even if he is an infidel, to heal his loved ones. Ahmad, come on. What the fuck did he say? Lieutenant Bridges asked Ahmad. Am I editing or am I just fucking reading this, bro? I'm just enjoying it, you know what I'm saying? Listening to some music. Mr. Lieutenant, the old man says he will double like the doctor to heal his loved ones, and you are a gift from Allah himself, Ahmad says proudly to the group of Marines. Torero slightly cringes at the statement, but forces a smile. Okay. The Afghan elder bows his head and puts his hand on his chest out of respect, and Torero looks back at him, unimpressed at the whole situation. Honestly, I wanted him to say no, but fuck it. Ahmad, tell this fucker if he touches me again, I'm killing everyone in the fucking room. Torero points at the whole room. Kids, American, peoples of the sun, then myself. Damn. Nasty. Oh, that was bomb. Gotta keep hydrated. Gotta keep the energy up. I gotta work all fucking night, bro. Damn. But it's alright. We're all gonna die soon anyway. Torero crouches down and Ahmad tells the old man, oh, honestly, I wanted him to say, oh, kids, American peoples of the sun. Honestly, I wanted him to say no, but fuck it. Ahmad, tell this fucker if he touches me again, I'm killing everyone in the fucking room. Torero points at the whole room. Kids, Americans, peoples of the sun, then myself. Torero crouches down and Ahmad tells this to the old man and offers him tea and a cigarette. Okay. Torero blows in his hands. Okay. Torero blows in his hands and puts on fresh gloves. Comma. Because this is one movement. Okay. Torero blows in his hands and puts on fresh gloves. Let's try this again. He squats down and loudly tears the crotch of his crusty trousers. The first girl is holding her blood-soaked burqa to her stomach and gives a wince when the blanket pulls up the shrapnel wounds burnt into the cloth and skin. Into the cloth and her skin. First girl, second girl. First girl, second girl. We don't care about the ages. We're going to go first girl, second girl. They don't need names. They're temporary characters, so that's why I'm going first girl, second girl. Easy enough, right? Homework, yeah, right? The first girl is holding her blood-soaked burqa on her stomach and gives a wince when the blanket pulls at the shrapnel wounds burnt into the cloth and her skin. The blast had cauterized some of her wounds, but blood continues to pool under her. Torero exposes the second girl gently and clears his throat at the side of both her lower legs, dangling by a few pieces of burnt skin to her thigh. He places 2 tourniquets on each leg at her inner thigh. Puts at the level of the inner thigh. Medical, bro. Her legs and abdomen are covered in loose blood-soaked cotton pillows. Cotton are covered in loose. We're gonna wait. Just loose cotton pillow stuffing. Her legs and abdomen are covered in loose cotton pillow stuffing. That was now covered in blood and dirt. And her burqa had been burnt off her stomach, exposing about 10 small shrapnel wounds. Wait, her legs and abdomen are covered in loose cotton. And her burqa had been burnt off her stomach, exposing about 10 small shrapnel wounds. You guys are putting the fucking insides of a pillow on the wounds? He takes a mental picture of the burnt and torn muscle and fat and tendons and bone mixed with brownish red cotton. That's crazy. What you got, Doc? Lieutenant Bridges asked Torero, writing something on his notepad. These girls weren't shot, that's for fucking sure. They were blown up, sir. Torero quickly cuts the rest of the girl's pants off, and the old man whispers something to Ahmad. Torero checks the tourniquets on each leg at the upper thigh, and double N, bro, and cuts off the small amounts of burnt skin connecting the second girl's thighs and her lower legs, and wraps her dead legs in the blanket. He puts a pressure dressing under each bloody nub. The battalion surgeon, a prior enlisted corpsman, now actually medical doctor, who had been in every war zone since Desert Storm, Navy Lieutenant Savage, walks into the room like he owns it. He sees Torero working on the girls. Holy shit, HM3, you look busy. May I? Please, sir. Torero shifts to his right, making room for Lieutenant Savage. Old man said they were shot. Can you believe that shit? The first girl's leg continues to ooze blood, and Torero puts a second tourniquet above the first one. The first girl makes eye contact with Lieutenant Savage, and she looks away in shame, and he continues assessing both their wounds. This is definitely the